Hello everyone. Today I will be showing you how to use and some of the cool features of the advanced search from Gale Literature Resource Center. So to start, it's really easy to find. It's this little link right below the general search bar right here. So if we click that, we are transported to the advanced search section, and it has a lot of different features and limiters and things where you can really narrow down your search. So here is where you put in your search terms. These drop-down boxes are for Boolean operators, and, or, and not are the ones that are included here. If you don't know what Boolean operators are, or anything else that you might need, proximity nesting, quotation wildcards, other things like that, you can always click on their search tips and they will explain it to you here. So how to use Boolean operators to refine your search for this specific database. You can use and to narrow, or to broaden, not to exclude words, things like that. So that's you can do here. Terms here, this is where you're going to insert your terms, your search terms that you type in, and then you can limit it to a specific field. They have a lot of different fields that you can go through: keyword, name of work, person, by or about, abstract, entire document, etc. And if you don't know necessarily what it is you're looking at in this field, there is an explanation to the right. Keywords will find results that contain these terms in key fields, and it doesn't search the entire document. If you wanted to search the entire document, you can actually click on entire document, or a different type of field that you want. Name of work includes discussion of this work that you type in, of literature or art, and person, by or about are by or about the person. And you can, of course, change these and do however you're going to do with these. You can also add rows if you want to add more search terms and more operators. And below that are all the search limiters. This one right here, if you only want to look at peer-reviewed journals, you can click that and it will only show you things that have been peer-reviewed. This can be severely limiting for a reference database like this one, so be careful if you use this. You can also pick like the publication dates that the work has been published by. They even give you publication by century. So 21st and 20th centuries are probably where you're going to find the most of your works, but there might be some in 19th, and then it really goes all the way down through 22nd century BC. You might not be finding things as often down there, but you can give it a try. Gale Literature Resource Center has 6 different content types that it sort of divides its works into. So there's biographies, reviews and news, literature criticism, topic and work overviews, multimedia, which is normally things like audio files or interviews and things like that, and primary sources and literary works. So you can select all of them. You can deselect all of them. If they're all deselected, then it's just going to look for anything in any one of these categories, or you can select very specific ones if you only want to look through those types. Publication title, if you know which journal or publication you want to look through, you can absolutely put that. If you don't know what it means by publication title or any of these other things, you can click the little help button here and it will tell you, limits the search to content from specific publications. You can also choose the document type if you're looking just for abstracts or just for things like charts, news, anything like that. There's a lot of different document types. So be careful when you're using this as well, because this really limits your search to very specific types of documents. And by language, if you wanted to read things that were in other languages than English specifically, you can click that. Normally I would just click English because that's the language that I speak. And then target audience here is whatever resources they find. Maybe you want stuff that's geared towards middle schoolers or geared towards academics. You can choose very specifically something like that. So let's do a sample search in advanced search. So what I want to look for is, let's see. We want to look for stuff from Catcher in the Rye. And they have predictive text here, so if you click this, Catcher in the Rye, they'll put quotation marks around it, meaning that this is going to be one phrase. There's not going to be any words in between any of the spaces. We're just looking for this title, Catcher in the Rye, and we're doing that in name of work, so that's good. We're going to look for a couple of themes here. Let's try depression, or mental health, or trauma. We want to look for those themes within this work. And you could add rows and use the or operator here, but you can also do it inside the box as well. Let's see. Let's try to get really specific. We're going to try peer-reviewed journals. It was only written in the 20th century, so we might not need this because there won't be anything outside of these two anyway. Let's say we didn't want multimedia, so we'll just click 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Publication title, we're not sure. Maybe document type we'll choose. We only want, let's see, critical essays. So literary criticism, critical essays, and articles. That's all we want. And then target audience, let's say academics, general, and professional. So we want this to be like really advanced maybe. So let's search. And we only get stuff in literature criticism, and we only have two things. So it can really, 2 articles. And it tells you down here when it was written, that it's peer-reviewed, how many words it is, and what type of resource it is. And then also where it's from, like what journal and everything like that. Here, we were able to limit like hundreds of thousands of articles down to just these 2. So advanced search can get really, really specific. And then when you click on it here, you can read the whole article. And then they have more like this if you're looking for more stuff on the side. If you think that 2 is a little bit too limiting for you, you can always revise your search, which is here. Click that. Maybe instead of in keywords, we'll do entire document. And maybe we will say, nah, maybe we don't need peer-reviewed journals. And when you do document type, it limits it very severely. So let's take those off and see what we get when we do that. And search. Okay, see now we have 29. Just in literature criticism, we also have added biographies with our search terms. Got 2 for J.D. Salinger, who's the author. And we also have a topic and work overview. So that's still a lot less sources than like the thousands and thousands that are available on Gale Literature Resource Center, but we've really narrowed it down, and we can narrow it down further, or we can change our topics and everything like that. So that is just one example of what you can do with advanced search.